Hey everybody, it's me Joe, and I want to welcome you back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to give you a pronunciation test. I want to check to see if you're really good at pronunciation. All right? So you might think, well, Joe, how can you give us a pronunciation test? You can't hear us. I know. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to read sentences and you're going to try and identify the pronunciation errors, okay? I will read a sentence and all of the words will be correct except for one. And then you guess which one it is. Afterwards, I'll tell you what the pronunciation, the wrong pronunciation and the correct pronunciation, okay? All right. Also, if this is your first time here, hi there. My name is Joe. I teach English to foreign students at a university in Canada. And if you want my help in improving your English, you should subscribe and hit that notification bell down below. All right? All right, everybody. I started off with 15 difficult words to pronounce, and then I found one more that I know students have trouble with. So I've got 15 and a bonus one at the end of the test. So try and watch the whole way through to see if you can get all of the pronunciation problems, if you can see what I'm pronouncing wrong, and if you can guess the correct one. Okay? Here we go. Here's sentence number 1. I should go buy some new clothes soon. I should go buy some new clothes soon. Did you hear it? The incorrect pronunciation was with the word clothes. It has a TH in it, but native speakers, we don't pronounce that TH. We say it really fast, and it sounds like close. Same as close the door. Close, 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 close. All right? So, I should go buy some new clothes soon. There you go. That's number 1. Number 2. She has been studying for several months. She has been studying for several months. Did you hear it? This one is another TH problem. And I recently had a student in my class mispronouncing this one. The word months, we don't pronounce the TH. If we're just saying month, we pronounce it. But when the plural, we kind of make it sound like months. Months, all right? So, she has been studying for several months. There we go. Moving right along, number 3. You can't return something unless you have the receipt. You can't return something unless you have the receipt. Did you hear it? The word that we're mispronouncing, or I'm mispronouncing here, is receipt. It's got a P in it, but of course that P is silent. Now don't get upset and don't ask me why there's a P in there. I don't know. I don't create English. I just teach it. All right? But in many words there are silent letters and we don't pronounce them. It just makes the spelling crazy. But this should sound like, you can't return something unless you have the receipt. There we go. Number 4. I think something bad is going to happen. I think something bad is going to happen. Did you hear it? The problem was with the word think. Think. I've heard many students try and say this word, and instead of putting their tongue in between their teeth, think, they just say more of an S sound and say sink. Now sink means like a boat sinking, Titanic sinking. All right? But we should pronounce it, I think something bad is going to happen. All right? Here's number 5. He thought he was right, but he wasn't. He thought he was right, but he wasn't. Did you hear it? It's the same kind of mistake. People are saying, this TH word, thought, but they're saying it with an S sound, sought. And sought is a different word. It's the past tense of seek. All right? So it should be, he thought he was right, but he wasn't. Okay? Let's go on to number 6. We need to have a private conversation. We need to have a private conversation. Did you hear it? The wrong word was private. Some students call it private because it has an A in it, but we don't really pronounce it that way. So it should be, we need to have a private conversation. Private. Let's go on to number 7. Let's all sit down and get comfortable. Let's all sit down and get comfortable. Did you hear the problem? It's the word comfortable. We don't pronounce all the syllables in there. We don't say comfortable. We don't. We say comfortable. All right? All right? So it should be, let's all sit down and get comfortable. Moving on. We're up to number 8 already. Halfway. Here we go. She borrowed that book from the library. She borrowed that book from the library. She borrowed that book from the library. All right, did you hear the mistaken word? It was library. We don't say library. Some people pronounce it berry, but there's another R in there, so it should be library. Library. So it should be, she borrowed that book from the library. Moving on to number 9 now. The question is, my mother has a great recipe for baked chicken. My mother has a great recipe for baked chicken. Did you hear it? The pronunciation mistake was recipe. Sometimes in words we pronounce the E, sometimes we don't. In this case, we do. We don't say recipe, we say recipe. So the whole sentence should be, my mother has a great recipe for baked chicken. All right. Let's go on to number 10 now. My daughter wants to plant a vegetable garden. My daughter wants to plant a vegetable garden. Did you hear it? It's kind of the same as comfortable. We don't say vegetable. We put it, kind of squish it together there, and we say vegetable. Vegetable. So it should be, my daughter wants to plant a vegetable garden. All right? If you say it that way, you'll sound more like a native speaker. Number 11. 11. I don't like having credit card debt. I don't like having credit card debt. Did you hear it? The problem is another silent letter. We don't pronounce the B in debt. I know it has a B there. I know you're upset about it. So am I. But it's pronounced debt. I don't like having credit card debt. All right. Moving on to number 12. My friend's son is going to be a plumber. My friend's son is going to be a plumber. And the wrong word was plumber. It's got a B in it, and it's pronounced plumber. The B is silent. A plumber is somebody who can fix your pipes or fix your toilet. Okay, very important job. So the sentence should be, my friend's son is going to be a plumber. All right? All right, next one, number 13. We make monthly payments on our mortgage. We make monthly payments on our mortgage. Did you hear it? The wrong word here is mortgage. We don't pronounce the T in it. And a mortgage, that is a loan from a bank to help you buy a house. All right, like a home loan. All right? And the sentence should be, we make monthly payments on our mortgage. All right, getting close to the end. Number 14. I grew up on an island. I grew up on an island. All right. The wrong word here is island. It's got an S, but we do not pronounce the S. I grew up on an island. All right. All right. Number 15. Would you like to have some salmon for dinner? Would you like to have some salmon for dinner? And the wrong answer there is salmon. The L is silent. We don't pronounce that L, so it's pronounced salmon. Would you like to have some salmon for dinner? All right. And here's the bonus one, number 16. When students have to read this word, it takes them a little while because it's hard to say. He is a very successful entrepreneur. He is a very successful entrepreneur. Did you hear the problem word there? Can you guess it? It's the last word. It's entrepreneur. Entrepreneur. All right? We say it a little fast and a little slow. All right? So here's the full sentence. He is a very successful entrepreneur. All right? And an entrepreneur is someone who starts their own business. Okay? Maybe they can make a lot of money. All right, so those were 16 questions on this pronunciation test. How many did you get right? Write down in the comments, tell me how many you got right out of 16. Also, if there's any other words that you find difficult to pronounce, write them down there, and maybe I'll make another video that can help you. All right? And always remember to check in the notes underneath this video for links to more learning opportunities. I always like to keep you guys learning. All right, that's it for now, everybody. Until next time, see you later.